As Americans, our understanding of history has a tremendous impact on our sense of who we are and where we are headed. That is why it is so important for Americans to have a good understanding of our history, all of our history. Slavery is a great stain on our country's history, and its legacy impacts us yet today. We must not flinch from recognizing the suffering inflicted on so many Americans contrary to our highest ideals as a nation. Still, our nation is unique in human history in that it was founded not on the basis of some sort of common ethnic identity, but on certain enduring principles that are the equal heritage of all Americans. Those principles are best articulated in the simple but eloquent words of the Declaration of Independence. I don't have to put quotes around these because everybody knows these. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all people are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Our patriot forefathers concluded that these principles were worth fighting for, and indeed, they took up arms. The odds were stacked against them, and they happened to know that. But they nevertheless risked everything because they believed so deeply in those fundamental truths that were stated in the Declaration of Independence. Among those who risked life and limb for our nation's founding principles were between 5,000 and 10,000 Americans of African descent who volunteered to serve as soldiers and sailors during the American Revolution. Their patriotic sacrifices at the very beginning of our nation contributed immeasurably towards laying the foundation of the freedoms we enjoy today. The Civil Rights Movement was later able to build on that solid foundation by calling on America to, as Dr. King said, quote, live out the true meaning of its creed, end of quote. Dr. King was absolutely right in pointing out that Black Americans have every right to fully claim our shared heritage as Americans, having helped build and shape American institutions and society from the beginning, as shown by the very sacrifice they made in the Revolutionary War. This proud history is part of who we are as Americans, but it is too little understood and hence fully not appreciated. That is why I was proud to co-lead legislation that authorized the establishment of a National Liberty Memorial on the National Mall to honor the underappreciated contributions of Black Revolutionary War veterans and patriots as they are. And I'm proud to say that Iowa can claim at least one of those patriots, Cato Meade, who was born in Connecticut and is listed in a Revolutionary War pension court records as a quote-unquote free person of color, lived out his twilight years in southeastern Iowa. He is buried in the Montrose Cemetery, Montrose, Iowa. The National Mall Liberty Fund is now in the process of raising money for an environmental assessment to complete final site selection for this very important memorial. Now, more than ever, Americans need this monument as a tangible reminder that despite the lingering legacy of slavery, the promise of liberty and equality is a shared heritage of all Americans from the founding generation to this very day.